After a hectic round number 9, well, rounds 10, 11 and 12, as I completely messed up my intro there, we've had quite a bit going on at Charlotte Road, and we've also had a 1-week break here from your BSR World Series. But for rounds 13 and 15 tonight, well, rounds 13, 14 and 15, we're here in sunny California for Laguna Seca Raceway, rounds 13 to 15 here on Apex Racing TV, streaming live on iRacing Live. Jake Sparey, for the moment, all alone in the commentary box, but we'll hopefully get someone here soon, or if not, hey, you get to enjoy my voice for a couple of hours. But practice session here will be over in about 20 seconds time, and then we will be on the road to qualification, and everything will be okay in that respect. So if we can bring up the driver's standings for you very, very quickly, you can see Pete Newman is walking away at the moment here. He's got a 30-point lead on his own teammate, Diogo Melro, who has 5 wins between both of them. And you look at Kip Stevens there in third. He's 76 points behind your championship leader, Pete Newman. You've got there Stephen Baxter in fourth, Adam Hadfield there down in sixth. And a very interesting thing to point out here is Julian Janowski here, driver in 14th in the championship on 757 points. 2 race wins, but after Charlotte, he will have a back of the grid penalty to attend with, and that will not be ideal for him. It will not be ideal at all. So if we conflict to the team's championship, you can see Discovery out and away. 473 points says I am better than the Cymru team there, or the Welsh team. Euros there in third, Bermuda fourth. Highlanders find themselves fifth with 30 starts to their name. And well, looking back down, England sixth, Tartan Lassie seventh, Scandinavia eighth, USA ninth. Qualifying is now underway, so let's find a car on track here just to get going, and let's start with Jurg Dankert, a 246 machine. He's finding himself now through this corner, turn number 4 on circuit there, the right-hander here. Before starting your run here towards turn number 5, it's a difficult one. You've got to be late on the brakes here as you head down into the left-hander. As you can see, he gets a massive slide actually through that corner. They're not taking that one really to the best of his ability. Now you hit turn 6, the most difficult corner on circuit, bar the next one, because it's one line fits all. You've got to be careful on the entry because of that sausage curb, which flings you up and over with no runoff. And now you head towards this most famous corner in all of racing. This is the corkscrew. Left, right, down many stories of buildings there, and now you hit the big left-hander here of the next corner here, turn number 9 on circuit here, as I forget how many turns there are. Now into turn number 10 you come along, it's right, it suckers you in, it spits you out, and then turn number 11, arguably one of the slowest corners on the circuit, Jurg Dankert ready to start his opening lap. And well, there are many cars here at the moment. There are 18 if my memory serves me correct there. Kip Stevens also looking to start his lap. Law Murray helping Cesare Rizzo there, starting his first flying lap. He'll be looking to try and get the toe in as well. And actually some lap times are coming in. Kip Stevens here has the fastest lap for the time being. 10 minutes to decide qualifying. Kip Stevens, 137.7, not representative. Of course, here we're just looking at that car running off wide there. That's Jason Greenfield on his flying lap there. That hasn't worked out for him. He's a newcomer to the league. He is an independent driver, and that has not worked out for him. Another new driver here is this car here, the number 13 machine. This is Aldo Massa, who is Italian and not Brazilian, has no relation to Felipe Massa. But Aldo Massa now heading himself now through turn number 3. He'll be trying to make sure that he gets his lap time pretty much sorted by his respect. But you are going to flick yourself up back through the field, back once again to Jurg Dankert right now as he heads himself down through the corkscrew and now into turn number 9 on circuit. What can the Euro driver do? What representative lap time can he do? There's not going to be too much doubt that he can go fastest, but one corner to go then for Jurg Dankert here in the 246 machine. What can he do here to set a first representative lap time? And well, coming around the final corner, has he set a lap time that is worth noting about? Answer to that one is going to be a very affirmative, I believe a yes there, but cars finding themselves up through the line there. A little bit of a delay with our timing here, and we do apologise for that, but Kip Stevens now goes fastest, 127.7 here in qualifying. Max Wright actually in the 50 machine. He goes fastest on a 1 at 27.2, and as I get that wrong again. Peter Van Gool, 127 flat, and I get it wrong yet again. Alex Everett there in a 1:26.4. You just cannot decide who wants to get pole at the moment. They're getting faster and faster and faster. And well, for the Kumare team, Alex Everett is looking like he is a surefire bet at the moment. Alex Everett, of course, is a very, very good driver. One race win to his name, and that was last time out back over at Charlotte Road. But for the time being, there are many drivers here who are still looking to improve. Diogo Melro is another driver looking to go quick. Aldo Massa goes third now on a 1:27.1. So, still a lot of time to unlock for many drivers. Diogo Melro now heading himself through turn number 9. Kip Stevens lets him through there in the number 40 machine. But Diogo Melro now heading himself through to this penultimate corner. And there'll be one to go after this. Of course, Julian Janowski is not allowed to qualify, nor is Stephen Hall. And well, here we go. Final corner then for Diogo Melro. What can he do? Answer to this one is, as he comes across the line, does he go any quicker? 26 flat. Yes, he does. He takes the pole at the moment in time. And well, lap times are looking to find themselves through. Rick Scott, can he improve his lap time? Answer to that one is no. Adam Hadfield then looking to come across the line. We're about halfway now through your qualifying session. Cross the line, Adam Hadfield goes, and he will not complete a representative lap time at the time being. Jason Greenfield, can he put something in? Aldo Massa going second on a 26.2. Greenfield, as he looks to cross the line, 46.5. That's not representative at all. And a number 10 of Pete Newman hasn't done a good lap time yet either. He finds himself heading up now towards the final corner. Can he put in a lap time that is worth his talent in gold at the moment? Pete Newman then is 12th at the moment in a number 10 machine for Discovery. Can he go quicker? No, he does not. So he'll have to do yet another lap to get his time sorted here. As we're just getting a few moves up there as the number 30 machine actually of Roy Vervaker. He puts his car up into third position at the moment on a 1:26.4 here around Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca at the moment. And well, let's just look up your field, find a driver who we haven't really talked about too much, and we are going to go to Stephen Baxter here, who finds himself behind Lorne Murray. These drivers are 7th and 8th at the moment in qualification. Here's they head themselves around the final corner. They're a little bit wide actually from Lorne Murray. That's going to compromise the run for Stephen Baxter on the drive to the line. Will that improve anyone's lap times? Well, times are coming down because Kip Stevens goes 5th, and well, Max Wright will go 5th now on a 1:26.8. They just keep tumbling and tumbling and tumbling, and well, you just cannot make heads or tails of where anyone's going. Focus again. Pete Newman, number 10, heading himself now towards the left-hander, I believe, of Rainy Curve. Here, this massive left-hander. Of course, this is very synonymous with the MotoGP that you normally find. And let's see what Pete Newman can do as he heads himself to the final corner. We'll listen in on his engine sound. Drive to the line, Pete Newman, can he set a lap time? Answer to this one is still no. He is having so many problems here. Is Pete Newman the championship leader, and he only has 3 minutes plus the final lap that he'll have to set a lap time. This is not brilliant by any stretch of his imagination. So, summing up at the moment, Diogo Melro on pole currently, with Aldo Massa, the independent driver, will join alongside. Roy Vervaker there in third. Alex Everett will join on the road too for the time being, but what has to be said is there are still 2.5 minutes in session to change up anything that you want. A small turnout, you have to say, for this first race. It's not ideal, but Cesare Rizzo now, who is 10th at the moment in qualifying right now, he'll be looking to head himself through the final corner. Can he get his drive to the line any quicker? Can he do a quicker lap time? He was his fastest lap last time by. Can he go any quicker? Cesare Rizzo, no, he cannot. But there are lap times tumbling up and down your field. And well, looking for drivers here who are looking to go a little bit quicker. Kip Stevens is 1 second off the pace. He'll look to try and find some speed. Roy Vervaker, he'll look to try and find some speed as he heads himself now through Rainy Curve, this long turn number 9. And well, Pete Newman actually, let's see if he can set a lap time this time by. We'll just flick ahead with him just for 1 moment here. He's trying so desperately, and he'll only have, I believe, 2 laps left in order to sort something out. Pete Newman, has he put a lap time in? Still no for Pete Newman. Newman in so much trouble right now. He can't get anything sorted. Vervaker Can he get a lap? 27.4. No, that's not quicker than his previous lap time. What about Kip Stevens? Can Kip Stevens do anything? This is a huge shock that we're seeing with Pete Newman right now. And well, with Kip Stevens here, Mr. Hairflick himself, heading himself now into the final corner. And can he go quicker than a 127 flat? He is 6th at the moment. Can he go any faster? Answer is no. He will have to wait just that little bit more. Just a few drivers on track. Lord Murray, another driver here, who's looking to go quicker than 10th right now. Because you look at Stephen Baxter, he's put himself up tonight. Adam Hadfield there in 8th position. 3 cars heading themselves to the line. Can Cesare Rizzo, Stephen Baxter and Adam Hadfield all improve their lap times as they make the run? Answer to that one is, as we look for our timing screen to change, no, and no. There is change. Adam Hadfield, where's that lap come from? He's put himself on the 2nd row there. He's 3rd. And, well, fantastic job from him, because he's done something absolutely special in that one. Pete Newman then, 20 seconds on the clock. He will get one more lap then under his belt. The clock is ticking and ticking away. And well, we're just waiting for that checkered flag to fall. Pete Newman does a lap time now, 1:26.8. That puts him 6th. He has one more opportunity. Is any driver going to get through? Oh, Roy Vervaeke just on a 26.1. Flag is out. They have one more lap to go. Kip Stevens, can he do something here? This is his last chance to put himself in a good position. He is 8th at the moment. He needs to improve. He's on a 27 flat right now, and he knows he can go quicker than that. What can the Bermuda driver, Kip Hairflick Stevens, do? What can he do? Answer to this one is, does he go quicker? Answer to that one is 26.8. Yes, he does. He only goes 7th, though, as Diogo Mero. Can he secure something? No, he doesn't go any quicker, but he still has pole for the time being. Max Wright there in that England machine. Can he come to the line and sort something out? Answer to that one is 27.1. No, he can't go any quicker. Well, Cesare Rizzo, he has an opportunity here to put in a good lap time. 27.7 at the moment. Will it go quicker than 27.7? 27.3. He does. He jumps Lord Murray and keeps himself there in 11th position for the time being. Pete Newman then, I believe, is just about done and dusted. So, I believe that is everyone who has done a lap. So we can run you through now qualifying results. Diogo Mero then will take a pole position here at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. He'll be joined by the number 30 machine of Roy Vervaeke there of the Euro machine. Aldo Massa there, he finds himself on his debut on the 2nd row, joined by Adam Hadfield. And well, we have to be saying row 3, Alex Everett and Pete Newman, the championship leader there. Not ideal for Pete Newman. Kip Stevens there, he finds himself in 7th place. He'll be joined by Max Wright. Peter Van Gool, another debutant here, in 9th position. He'll be joined on row 5 by Stephen Baxter. Row 6, Cesare Rizzo joined with Lord Murray, with Jurg Dankert there in 13th. Rick Scott 14th with Jason Greenfield. 3 drivers not setting a lap. 2 didn't have a choice in that. Julian Janowski, Colin McAllister and Stephen Hall. So, with all that said, there will be just a few seconds until cars start gridding up. And well, this is a very difficult one here for everyone to try and get right. This is one where the run down to turn number 1 will be the prime overtaking place. This will be the one where everyone will be looking very intently at. Of course, we do apologise. Conrad Venter is not here with us today. He's having a few issues getting here, but we'll try and bring you the coverage as best as we possibly can. And well, everyone's just starting to grid up. We've got 2 minutes actually to get onto grid, otherwise they will be out and away on that respect. Diogo Mero there, he's put his car up on the line right now. There's Alex Everett there, having himself a very good qualifying by his standards there, 5th place. And well, Melro versus Vervaeke, that'll be one to look out for. But don't forget Pete Newman, the championship leader. He has a habit of avoiding lap 1 incidents, and well, there hasn't been too many races without one, so we'll see if a reduced field reduces the crashes. That will be one to look out for. So, just waiting here 1 more minute then for these cars to put themselves on. And of course, look out for the tyre wear here, because this tyre wear becomes an important factor. Times will start dropping off drastically. 20-minute races here, of course, around here. And once the clock hits 0, that is the final lap. And well, for a driver like Aldo Massa, he won't have too much worries about the driver's caliber around him. He hasn't raced these guys before, and well, he'll be looking to try and put himself in a good position. Just a couple of cars then. We are waiting for Pete Newman and Kip Stevens to go up. Kip Stevens comes up. Will Pete Newman find himself in qualification or put himself on the grid? Well, for the time being, he's not here. So he'll be the last car to grid then, the championship leader. And we will just wait then for lights to go on. There is Pete Newman then on the grid. Everyone then is ready, and I'm sure those engines will be getting up. They will be revving. They will be waiting to go off. And the green flag's there. And we are underway here at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. Poor start there for Roy Vervaeke, and he'll get swamped by absolutely everyone there in the field. Pete Newman getting caught behind. And it is the Conrad team who have taken advantage. Everett, and also there, the car of, I believe, Adam Hadfield, getting a fantastic start. Are they all clean in through turn number one? Answer that one is yes, they are. No, they're not. There's a car off in the wall, and I believe that car is an England machine, and that is Max Wright, and that is not ideal for the number 50 car. He drops himself to the back of the field, and well, Julian Janowski, I believe, they're going a little bit slow as well there through that open lap. So, not ideal for the opening start, but at the front, battle for second position there. Aldo Massa trying to hold off Alex Everett there down in, and now Vervaeke having a move a little bit behind here on Adam Hadfield, and Hadfield giving him no room at all, and they do have contact into turn number 6. Oh, they keep it together right now, but Kip Stevens now under pressure from Roy Vervaeke as they head to the corkscrew for the first time. Melrose followed by Massa, then it's Everett. Hadfield there getting a horribly wrong there through the corkscrew there, and he'll have to take a slow down penalty, a massive one at that. He'll drop himself way down the field, and look at Pete Newman here hassling the back of Kip Stevens here. It's the number 10 versus the number 40 machine into the penultimate corner, and now the final corner coming along then for Pete Newman. And can he get anywhere close? Answer to that one is no, not for the time being, but we will move up your field. Alex Everett here right behind Aldo Massa, the Italian, here for the battle in second. 1 second already the gap then for Diogo Melrose here around Laguna Seca. To the inside goes Alex Everett, and can he make the move sorted? Well, there's a bit of banging and bumping, and to the outside goes Aldo Massa, and Massa might lose out to Vervaeke as well. That was a bit of a risky move there from Alex Everett, a bit of a shove, saying get off my turf, this is my second place. And well, now Roy Vervaeke looking to try and capitalise into turn number 4, and there's a coffee cup being needed there for Aldo Massa. He's just been mugged, and well, now Kip Stevens will want a piece of the action. Fantastic battling right now, and 2 cars still yet to get through, and that is Max Wright and Colin McAllister. Not ideal at all. Stephen Hall then and Julian Janowski battle down the field here, and well, there's a bit of contact actually there from the car of Stephen Hall, and he'll have to stay in line here from Julian Janowski, trying to get himself through himself. And actually, I'm being informed that's Pete Newman in the wall somewhere, and that is pivotal because the championship leader has gone and lost it. Let's get a replay then with Pete Newman on that one, because I did not see that one at all. Wow, that changes everyone's dynamic, and well, for Pete Newman, that is not ideal at all there for the number 10 machine. Let's just get a picture, see what happened there. So, he's coming up towards turn number 6, and well, he's having a little bit of a fight here with, I believe that is Aldo Massa actually. And well, he's been given no room, and they do touch, heading themselves down up towards turn number 6. And well, great car control there by Pete Newman, but he finds himself in the wall, and well, for now, he finds himself in trouble at the moment. And well, still quite a few battles up and down your field here. 3 minutes has already gone on the clock. Melrose out with 1.5 second lead over Alex Everett. Roy Vervaeke in 3rd. Stevens 4th. Aldo Massa in 5th. Baxter 6th. It's Cesare Rizzo up in 7th place now. Peter Van Gool 8th. Adam Hadfield 9th, but he's being chased by Lorne Murray there in 10th position at the moment here. Battle for the top 10 then. Into turn number 5 they come along. And well, for Lorne Murray, I don't think he's quite close enough. Let's see what lap times are doing. Murray was 1.5 seconds slower than Hadfield. Hadfield actually pushing his way up through the field at the moment and looking to catch Peter Van Gool right now. Oh, you can hardly catch your breath here at the moment, and this battle here going up. We'll look at Aldo Massa then, the number 13 machine. He's in a little bit of a scrap with Kip Stevens here in the battle for 4th place here as they head themselves through the penultimate corner and heading towards the final corner here on this circuit here around Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. Into the final corner they come along, and well, nothing doing for the time being here for Aldo Massa. He's just going to have to wait and look to force a mistake here. Also, Kip Stevens, a very experienced driver. He's raced at the top here in Kias, and well, here down in the lower formulas, he is looking to try and push himself really hard into turn number 1, the Andretti hairpin, and along turn number 2 as well. And it's just a waiting game here for Aldo Massa. He's not in the right position here. He qualified 3rd. He's down 2 positions at the moment from his start. And well, it's not exactly ideal at the moment for him. But just looking on back through the field, there isn't really too many battles going on. But for Pete Newman, that's not ideal for him. He's now down 7 positions. He's down in 13th position right now. And for a championship or a defense of his championship lead at the moment, when your teammate's leading, you might lose the title here at the moment. But we're going to go back to Kip Stevens right now, because Aldo Massa's right underneath him as they head up the hill towards the corkscrew right now. Will there be a move down to the inside? But he gets it horribly wrong. Does Aldo Massa? Room given very comfortably there by Kip Stevens. Big mistake down at the corkscrew, a very hairy one, and he'll have to take the slowdown with Aldo Massa. A rookie's error there as Stephen Baxter files himself through up into 5th position at the moment. Fantastic racing up through, but I think Diogo Mero somewhere has made a mistake on track. Alex Everett there is a lot closer, and if I just look back on that one, I believe that that gap is a lot closer, because that is back down to a second. Mero possibly struggling with his tyres. Oh, wow, this is absolutely fantastic. And we're not even halfway through this race at the moment. Alex Everett piling on the pressure. Of course, had his first win in race number 1 at Charlotte. And, well, he'll be looking to try and get another one at Laguna Seca. And, well, the gap to Roy Vervaeke is 3.2 away from Alex Everett when they cross the line. So there's not really too much worry at the time being at the moment. But, well, we're going to focus on Peter Van Gool here, chasing down Cesare Rizzo. Here, down towards turn number 5, side by side, and Cesare Rizzo will hold the inside line, but do not count out Adam Hadfield there as Peter Van Gool runs it a little bit wide. Hadfield now trying to go side by side for turn number 6. This is going to be brave, and they're going to cross beams as they head into turn number 6, and they all try and find it right. Rizzo running it wide there, down at turn number 6, and they'll lose the advantage as they head to the corkscrew. Great battling between these two. Down to the inside, there goes Peter Van Gool. Can he get it sorted at the corkscrew? Answer to that one is no, but he's trying to get a cutback, and he's not going to get it here on Cesare Rizzo. Great resilient defense, and it's still going to go on into Rainy Curve, and well, no, not going to happen there. And well, great solid defending, widest car in the league. Cesare Rizzo holds off Peter Van Gool for the time being, but don't count Adam Hadfield out. He'll have a look into the final corner. Will he make the move sorted? No, the dive not working, but he gets a tap behind from Lorne Murray, and Murray will lose out in that one. Not ideal at all, and he'll actually get caught by Stephen Hall, the 3rd of the Kummer 18 cars. And well, already this is only lap number 6 here of this race, and well, for the time being, that gap's coming down at the front. The gap goes down by 3/10, 7/10 of a second then, between Alex Everett in the 29 machine and Diogo Mero, number 11 for the moment. So, all needs to start calming down a little bit here, because the fighting has been strong, it's been ferocious, and well, people just need to start playing a little bit more cautiously, a little bit more carefully here, as we're going to stay on this battle with Cesare Rizzo and Peter Van Gool in the battle for 7th on circuit. Into the left-hander, and again, they both go following off there, running in unison, in stereo. They run off at turn number 6 as they head themselves now to the corkscrew. The big left-right here at the top of the circuit. Is it going to be all handbags and glad rags? Answer to that one is no, because Peter Van Gool will remain behind. He's a little bit too far back at the moment to do anything special for the time being, but we are going to focus once again at the front. What's the gap this time by? Answer that one is, it's actually gone up. It's 0.8 of a second now between Melrose and Everett. Melrose now having to play a very canny drive right now. He needs every point he can get in the Drivers' Championship, and of course Discovery needing as many points as they can get. But for the time being, Cesare Rizzo and Peter Van Gool will continue with this one for the time being. Now into turn number 1, very wide line taken by Peter Van Gool, trying to get that cut back. That's almost a time trial line I see there. heading in through turn number 1. He runs very wide, actually, on exit of turn 2 there. At the Andretti hairpin into turn number 3, they come along. Oh, well, for Peter Van Gool, he's got to go careful. Rizzo runs wide. Through will go Peter Van Gool into turn number 4. Looks very comfortable. Hadfield now having a little bit of look. Oh, they get so close. They almost touch. Well, for Cesare Rizzo, he's got to be a little bit careful. He has the inside, though. Down into turn number 5 on circuit. Tries to push this guy out a little bit wide, but Hadfield's not going to go away. And actually, Hadfield gets the better run out of the corner. So Cesare Rizzo, he'll have to play defense here into turn number 6. And, well, that's a pure case of losing 2 positions in the space of half a lap. Not ideal at all then for Cesare Rizzo, the founder of the BSR Worlds. Into the corkscrew. Oh, a little bit of a tap there as they came through. But Peter Van Gool now trying to get away. And, well, we'll just update you once again on your field. It is Diogo Mero from Alex Everett, Roy Vervaker on his own in 3rd, Kip Stevens on his own in 4th, Stephen Baxter on his own in 5th, and then it is, I believe, Peter Van Gool who finds himself in 6th position. So what has happened then to Aldo Massa? Aldo Massa then is out, and we'll get a replay for you of that one. That seems like a weird one for Aldo Massa. Aldo Massa is out of this one, and he's running himself through the right-hander. And, well, does anything happen? No. I believe this is a technical issue, possibly, for Aldo Massa. Oh, that is so unfortunate for him to have an incident like that. No one really likes it. And, well, what can you do? That is not the way you want to end your debut race after qualifying so highly. But looking once again back at the front, Diogo Mero, Alex Everett. The gap has abstained at the moment. We are just coming up towards 11 and a half minutes in. So, for Diogo Mero, he's got to keep consistent. They have the gap to Roy Vervaker, and Alex Everett now will have to go and play a very canny card. Oh, wow. But looking back down your field again, Adam Hadfield in 7th position right now. He has Cesare Rizzo behind for company as they head themselves down into the corkscrew once again, and they go nose to tail. They're down the drop. They're the biggest drop in all of racing here as he heads himself now through the left-hander of turn number 9. Rainy curve, if I'm correct, but I'm probably wrong with that one. Into turn number 10, they come along, and Cesare Rizzo looking for an opportunity. Not going to present itself at the moment. Gap at the front, 1.3 seconds now. So Mero starting to pull away. The tyres going away from Alex Everett. But now Peter Van Gool looking to try and get away. It looks like he can't get away comfortably. So this train of 5 at the moment is the closest battle that we have on field right now. As looking at this, Peter Van Gool trying to get away, and it's all about momentum here for these drivers down in your mid-pack. They've all got to try and get the best results they can, but if they don't get the best result here, they do get that switch, they do get that position where they can push themselves up in the next race. And for the likes of even Pete Newman, he'll get a good qualifying result out of him, and he will also put himself in a fantastic position there in order to fight. But right now, for the time being, all is calm up at the front, nothing to report. So we'll stay with this one for now as Peter Van Gool runs it very wide. And here comes Adam Hadfield up the hill towards the corkscrew. Is there going to be any room given? Answer to that one is yes, there is. On the brakes they come into the corkscrew, 2 into 1, it doesn't go. But for Adam Hadfield, he'll have to wait behind. Though it's Lorne Murray and Stephen Hall having a little bit of a scrap here for 9th position on track at the moment. And, well, it seems that Stephen Hall hasn't got this one close just yet. He'll have to wait. He's losing a little bit of time here in this slipstream train, which nobody really wants to be a part of, because it just means that you are not gaining, you are not losing, you are just stuck. And nobody wants to be just stuck here, as we have about 6-7 minutes left on the clock here to go in this opening race. It's been a quiet one. It's been a little bit processional, but that hasn't stopped the racing being very good. And, well, as I say that, I believe Cesare Rizzo's run that very wide. He drops 2 positions, and he's got his teammate behind him. That's Pete Newman, and he might decide to let Pete Newman through in the sake of the championship. It won't change the points there, but cars running wide still through turn number 3, trying to get that one right. Cesare Rizzo, Stephen Hall, Lorne Murray, those 3 find themselves together just up ahead. Adam Hadfield having a look on Peter Van Gool into turn number 5, and oh, that's a block pass and a half if ever I saw one. Would that be the pass that feeds the 5,000 in his words? Well, for the time being it is. but we'll see if it isn't, because in through turn number 6 they come along, and oh, look at that. Peter Van Gool dropping away instantly there in that number 79 machine. And well, that is not ideal by his perspectives, but he loses the position of 6th at the time being. And well, Cesare Rizzo does drop the position to Pete Newman in the end. So Pete Newman now on a charge, looking to get through Stephen Hall, looking to get through Lord Murray here in order to get himself up to 7th position on track. Well, as I say that, 8th position on track, I should say. But right now, the gap at the front is changed again. It's back to a 10th. And well, with just this much to go, that was a mistake from Diogo Mero somewhere along the lap. But now, final opportunities will come up. Alex Everett looking for a chance, looking for a way through on Diogo Mero here, who will be looking for his 3rd race win of the season. And well, they head themselves now into turn number 5. Can anything happen in this respect? No. It's going to be a game of waiting at the moment here for Alex Everett. Heading themselves through turn number 6 now. This is going to be one hell of an opportunity then for Alex Everett, but he's losing a little bit of time there. I think his tyres are starting to go. Diogo Mero made one small mistake somewhere along the lap, dropped to 2nd, and that is why they are back up close again. Just look back down your field there. Jason Greenfield, a lapped car, and well, it seems that Adam Hadfield away from Peter Van Gool. Lord Murray actually getting Stephen Hall all in his mirrors as they head themselves now for the big left-right of the corkscrew. Nope, nothing close enough, but Pete Newman is closing, and that will be one to look out for in the final few laps of this race. But to the front of your field, gap now back up to 7/10 of a second, to 26.7 meets to 27.2. That says quite a bit about Alex Everett there. I don't think he's got enough here with about 3 minutes to go. I think he might just have to settle for 2nd, barring any mistakes. Wow. It's been a very eventful race then, up and down your field then. And well, we are going to cycle it back for you once again. We're going to look here at this 3-car train. Pete Newman on the back then of Stephen Hall, the driver who had a penalty and had to start from the back. And well, there is Lord Murray as well, who qualified 12th on the grid. This will be a stunning battle to watch here in terms of the final races. There is Peter Van Gool, and I think his tyres are going now because he has dropped off Hadfield very substantially. That is about 2.3 seconds in the space of just 2 laps. Into turn number 5 they come along, and well, they have to say Stephen Hall's pushing. He really wants an opportunity, but for now, it just seems that it will not materialise at the moment through the left-hander of turn number 6 then for Peter Van Gool as he heads himself up the hill, heading towards the corkscrew now. Lord Murray trying to close in. Pete Newman, though, he's through on Stephen Hall. Hall made a mistake somewhere there through turn number 6. Pete Newman jumps the position. He goes to 9th, and now he'll look at Lord Murray. He'll look at an opportunity. He'll try and sniff danger. Chink in the armour. He will try and get, but for the time being, we will just switch up then to your race leaders. Here it is Alex Everett and Diogo Mero. By my calculations on 1:26 lap times, we have, I believe, 3 to go from now, and Alex Everett now almost a second back. I don't think that's going to happen, but back down in this fight for turn number 1, Pete Newman and Lord Murray. Big dive then from Pete Newman down at the chicane, and he gets it. Stopped down there. Great move then from your championship leader at Discovery. He puts himself up now into 8th position, and Peter Van Gool is next, who runs it very wide. And well, now there's an opportunity at stake here for Pete Newman. He knows he can smell danger. He can find the move if he wants it there, as I get a little bit of a stutter, and I don't mean it, but Peter Van Gool here, heading himself now through the left-hander. Have to deal with lap traffic actually ahead of them, I do believe. That is Jason Greenfield there in the number 72 machine here, trying to find himself through. But for now, it seems that Pete Newman having a push here on iRacing Live on Apex Racing TV. And well, you can see him now having a little bit of a look towards the corkscrew. Not going to happen here. And well, he's going to have to wait. Oh, he gets slowed up very much there on that second part of the corkscrew. And he goes for the inside. That's a rash move. There's contact between the two, and they all file off in lefts and rights. Van Gool, Lord Murray actually going to try and have a little bit of a look here on Pete Newman. That was bold. That was too bold and that was a desperate move there for a driver trying to recover. That is not ideal, but the timer on the clock, I believe this will be the white flag lap to go here, and for Alex Everett, I don't think he will be quite close enough in that respect. So just to give you an update then of positions and how it looks right now: Melrose, Everett, Viveka, Stevens, Baxter, Hadfield, Vangel, Newman, Hall, Murray, Rizzo. That is your top 11, because I'm being a little bit indie right now here as we look here at this timing coming up. And well, into the corkscrew comes Diogo Melrose. He'll have Alex Everett for company, but really he wasn't truly challenged here in this race. He kept his pace up. Alex Everett kept him honest throughout, but I believe that the timer will expire this time by, and we will have to say that this is the final lap, because round the final corner comes Diogo Melrose for win number 3 of the season for him, and he takes round 13 as his own. He wins it at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. Everett second. In third will come Roy Viveka there. Kip Stevens in fourth. Quiet race for him. Stephen Baxter there in fifth, and Hadfield sixth if nothing bad happens. Van Gool will get away there in seventh, but for Pete Newman, that is a mistake in terms of his championship. Yes, there are 36 rounds of this championship. 3 times 12 is 36. And well, for Pete Newman, 8th place is not ideal by his standards. Stephen Hall looking for something better, possibly. Lorne Murray there gets a nice top 10. Greenfield lap down there is Cesare Rizzo. Julian Janoski, odd one for him. He stayed really quiet at the back of the field. There doesn't have any sort of pace around it. And well, Jurg Dankert there and Max Wright are still in the leading lap. Looks like Max Wright had damage after an incident there early on in the race. That wasn't ideal for him. He'll come around the second to last corner right now. So with all that said, let's go through then your classified race results then from Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca round 13 of the BSR Kia World Series. And it was Diogo Melrose who took the win in the end by just over a quarter of a second from the Cumray team, and Alex Everett in that 29 car. Roy Viveka there, he will finish off in third for the Euro car team. And well, Pip Stevens there in fourth, Stephen Baxter fifth, Adam Hadfield there will finish in sixth position. Peter Van Gool on his debut race will finish seventh ahead of championship leader Pete Newman. Stephen Hall in eighth, Lorne Murray ninth, Cesare Rizzo rounding out 11th there as I get my things a little bit muddled up there. Julian Janoski finishing in 12th, Rick Scott, Jurg Dankert, Max Wright, and then Jason Greenfield 2 laps down. The 2 non-finishers, Aldo Massa with a technical difficulty, and Colin McAllister as well. So it's certainly been a fantastic opening start then to this race. Fantastic racing up and down your field. And well, we're going to try and drag in your second place finisher here from this race, and that is Alex Everett as well. So, Alex, we're going to say this to you. It's a second place finish from you in this respect. You had a fantastic race. You did a very good job. And well, let's be perfectly honest here. You were up there fighting with Diogo Melrose all throughout the race. Just what didn't materialise for you?
There's one corner on the track I just can't get right. But Diogo's quicker than me on one part of the track. I'm quicker than him on the other. Another 5 minutes I may have caught him, but you know, we were so level on pace. It was fun though.
Oh yes, most definitely. Of course, for you, you got your first win last time out at Charlotte Road. It was a fantastic one for you in that respect. And well, moving on up, you do have that 3-race deficit compared to everyone else, and hopefully that won't affect things in the long run. But you and the Cumray team, that's very solid for you lot, because you had a second place finish, Adam Hadfield finishing himself in 6th, and Stephen Hall 9th. Do you feel that you can start challenging the likes of Discovery even more closely now in these latter races?
Yes, most definitely. Adam is quite new to iRacing, so he's learning every single race. Stephen Hall's quite an experienced driver. He's finding more and more pace each meeting. We're doing very well together, and we worked well together as a team. So I think we're going to be up there with Discovery very soon.
Ah, yes, and one last question for you then. Reverse grid for the second race. Where do you expect to see yourself finishing in that one?
I want to say first, but as high as possible, really. I just want to keep myself out of trouble, really. I just want to finish every race, which I have done so far. I intend on maintaining that.
Ah, yes, very good job there from Alex Everett. Second place finish for you today, but for now, we're going to go to a commercial break whilst we get the second session up and running, round 14. Come back to us in just a few minutes here on Apex Racing TV on iRacing Live. We'll be back after these few messages, so don't go away.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back then to the BSR Kia World Series, round 14 here, the second of our triple header here at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, here for what is sure to be a fantastic race. A small practice session underway, and once the time expires on that, they'll start gridding up for a reverse grid. But just a few things we need to mention, of course. If you want to join in with iRacing, join in with our league, just remember, join today, you get 3 months for the price of one at iRacing.com with the promotional code PR-BSRTC. And if you're looking for any cheap and reliable gear, you can get €30 off any JCL sim racing product with the promotional code 5VATA1KA. And well, if you want to join our series, all you got to do is pop over to the Facebook group BSR Kia World Series. Ask to pay, it's £2 a race and £12 for a series. So that will all be nice and dandy if you want to come along and join us. So this practice session is about 4 minutes away from completion right now here on iRacing Live here by Apex Racing TV. Just again, Jake Sparey here in the commentary box, and well, after the first race, Diego Mero surely put himself up ahead into a position where he can fight, where he has closed the championship right down on Pete Newman. And for Pete Newman, this is about a recovery. He knows he starts ahead of his teammate, he knows he starts ahead of his championship rival, and now he's just got to drive a flat-out race here at Laguna Seca in order to try and secure a fantastic result on his part. And just looking back down the field there, the field has considerably thinned out. Of course, we lost Aldo Massa to technical difficulties, Colin McAllister the same way. Just generally, there's been quite a few struggles up and down the field tonight, and of course, numbers are a little bit low, which means that, albeit we do see less drivers, we do see more drivers getting those solid results that you need to see. Less drivers get wrecked out by lap 1 incidents and the like, so it gets a nice bit tighter, it gets a nice bit more safe and secure, and for many drivers, they'll be looking to try and put in as good a result as they possibly can here for the second race. And well, a few surprises came up. Julian Janowski was off the pace, surprisingly, so he'll start near the front. And of course, we'll get a grid for your second race as soon as we get confirmation of that one. So really, for these drivers, it's all about keeping it on the island. It's a very difficult circuit to do that on. Of course, you're fighting the car left, you're fighting the car right. You're always trying to be as fast as you possibly can here around the circuit. As I'm just looking at Jörg Dankert right now, running himself a little bit wide through turn number 5. And he's a driver who will start very close up to the field because he needs to get as many points as he possibly can. And well, it's a difficult series to score points in once you start losing positions. The problem with the reverse grid is the quick guys meet the slow guys meet the quick guys in the middle, and you get this little bit of a hodgepodge where you don't quite know what's going on, and sometimes incidents do occur in that sort of area, but hopefully we won't see that in race 2. Of course, we had a generally clean race 1. We saw Aldo Massa make a couple of mistakes, Cesare Rizzo made a few mistakes. You look at the likes of Diego Mero, he only made 1 mistake, but the mistake didn't really cost him in the long haul. He still came away with a race win, and well, it's all about consistency when you come into these cars. Of course, the tyres will always be a consistent factor. You're looking at this one to be really another 20 minutes where everyone's pushing, everyone's trying, everyone's placing themselves to try and be the best that they could possibly be. And well, for a driver like Kip Stevens, actually, he has to put himself in a position where he needs to score more points than everyone else around him. He needs to start finding race wins or second places if things don't go his way, because he is the sort of driver who needs to find that sort of result. He hasn't found that result yet this season. I believe he only has, to his name, no race wins. So for him to be up there still fighting and being incredibly consistent is something that you have to say is really kudos to him to be so consistent, and for such a veteran of the league, he can put himself in that position. We are now 1 minute away then, folks, from the start of the second race of the season, and for my endless ramblings and time wasting that I do, I hope that you enjoy what I say and what I have to do, and if you have any feedback for me, feel free to post it in the YouTube comments for me, because I will very happily take a good read of them and see if I can refine myself in the job that I do. But for the time being here, Max right now in 4th in this practice session at the moment, as these cars just looking to loosen up, get adjusted to new settings. Of course, we have 1 session in the morning, 1 session midday, 1 session in the afternoon. The track changes very drastically, actually, you have to say, throughout session to session to session. So you'll see cars go a little bit slower with a hotter track. Track temperature has gone up from 77 degrees to 89 degrees Fahrenheit. That is a change of 12 degrees in Fahrenheit. So that will change the track dynamic. It will mean that the track's a little bit more slippery. You've got less grip there, more chances of understeering and what have you. So it's going to be one that people need to get correct. And well, as I say that, time's up. It's time to see where everyone will grid up here for round number 14 of the BSR Kia World Series here. And well, sponsored by Crest Glazing for all your double glazed window needs up in the top of Scotland. And well, your grid then for this second race, and Max Wright puts his car on pole position with Jörg Dankert alongside. Rick Scott will line up 3rd with Julian Janowski in 4th. Cesare Rizzo's 5th with Lord Murray there in 6th there. Stephen Hall 7th with championship leader, still I believe Pete Newman in 8th. Peter Van Gool, he'll line up 9th with Adam Hadfield 10th, Baxter 11th, Stevens 12th, Viveka 13th, Everett 14th, Diogo Mara 15th, and because he was 2 laps down, Jason Greenfield will line up at the back of the grid, just waiting for a couple of drivers then to grid up here for the second race of the night. Expect some fireworks here and expect a really close finish. Green flag racing is underway here at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, and it's a bad start, I think, there for Max Wright. He'll be under threat outside from Jörg Dankert, looking to take the race lead. Pete Newman's had a stormer, though he is going to fly himself now into turn number 1, and into turn 1, is there going to be any dramas? No, Dankert runs wide, and he'll have to take the dusty road in order to get through. Janowski now fighting Max Wright for the race lead. Can he do it? Answer that one is yes, but through all contact there. Pete Newman and a car involved there. That's, I believe, one of the Scottish cars. Then I believe that is Rick Scott there involved, and that is not ideal by his standards. He will have an instant. Dankert now falls to the back of the field, and already we've had some high drama in the opening part of the race, but Julian Janowski leads the way ahead of Max Wright and Pete Newman. There is Adam Hadfield 4th, Stephen Hall 5th. The Cymru team are out in force here, and that's a big twitch there from Adam Hadfield through turn number 6. And look at Cesare Rizzo, he puts his car 7th at the moment. Alex Everett, Peter Van Gool, Baxter, Diogo Melrose made up a couple of positions already so far up in your field right now. And well, it's all about consistency factor. It's all about finding yourself through. Pete Newman all over the back then of Max Wright in the battle for second. Down to the inside into the penultimate. A great move from Pete Newman. He jumps up into second, but already you can see the massive gap that is forming between Newman and Janowski. Janowski looking to pull away for the time being, but for now, Adam Hadfield looking for an opportunity. Started 10th, he is up to 4th. Pete Newman started 8th, he's up to second, so +6, and the landmine dodger himself through down to the inside. Adam Hadfield on Max Wright here. It's Cymru versus England, and well, Adam Hadfield will shut that nose down very much so. Running wide there now, Max Wright. He's got to go very careful. That was nip and tuck, but he holds on to it. Great save by him. Stephen Baxter fighting with Peter Van Gool there, and he holds on to position at the moment. And well, just looking back down the field, there is a lovely battle going on between Diogo Melro and Roy Viveka in the 30 Euro car there. And well, what has to be said is Diogo Mero was the fastest driver, no doubt about it. But for a driver like Roy Viveka, he'll be looking to try and hang on to the coattails as the racing gets hot and heated and intense. And well, going to look back once again to the battle for second. Pete Newman, Adam Hadfield. Hadfield all over the back of the Discovery driver, the championship leader, I still do believe, but I'm not quite sure on the mathematics on that one. But for now, Janowski pulling away that gap just enough so that he feels comfortable. It's not decisive yet. We have had just 2 laps. Just 3 minutes of racing has gone and passed itself by. And for the time being, not really too much to worry about. Gap to leader 1.4 seconds says I am quicker than you at the moment. So something has happened there to Diogo Mero. He's on pit road. We need to go get a replay and cycle that one back. What has happened with Diogo Mero? And well, it seems at the moment that it wasn't anything too dangerous from what I can tell. They're just running himself very comfortably there into the left, into the right, into the corners. And well, oh, he hit it himself on pit road actually. Oh, that's a really weird one. And actually, Cesare Rizzo will follow him down into the pits as well. So not the best start there for Discovery. They are in all sorts of trouble right now. And well, as I say that, we've just completely missed Peter Van Gool losing position to Kip Hairflick Stevens there in the Bermuda car, the only one to really show up today. And well, for Kip Stevens, he's doing what he needs to do. He needs to finding some points. Next up on track for him will be Stephen Baxter. Baxter, an incredibly quick driver there, I believe, for the England team as well. And he will be looking to try and get that well. A little bit wide there, actually, there from Kip Stevens. And I believe he's got a slowdown for that one, because through very comfortably goes Peter Van Gool back up into 6th position on track. Actually, but you know, I get things wrong all of the time. They're just trying to get a little bit of a drink before there. And actually, Roy Vervaeke has stolen a position there on Kip Stevens right now. And well, Kip Stevens, his charge goes from bad to worse as he starts turning from a knife through butter into an anchor into the sea. That is not exactly what is right there in that respect. But for now, we are going to focus here at the battle at the front. The top three are split by 2 seconds. Right now, the gap down to 1.1 to Pete Newman, trying to drag his Discovery car back into play here in order to pull himself back through the field. And of course, his 2 teammates are right down at the back of the field right now, Melro and Rizzo. It has not gone well for these two, but we're going to focus on this battle here at the back of the field. Jurg Danker and Rick Scott running themselves now down in 13th and 14th position right now as they head themselves down the field. And actually, there's a car there ahead of Jason Greenfield there, who is running himself a little bit slow as well. So these three, these developing drivers trying to get themselves faster and faster. It's very cool actually to start driving these cars, and well, it's all about consistency. It's all about learning how to drive the tracks, learning how to drive the car, and learning really how to make yourself good. As Peter Van Gool gets it horribly wrong, he will get a slowdown. He will drop 2 positions here to Vervaeke and Stevens, and well, for Kip Stevens, he will look to fight Roy Vervaeke with all his might. Of course, there wasn't really too much fighting in race 1 between them, but now race 2 will surely be that one that you have to look out for. So, gap at the front. Adam Hadfield's made himself a bit of an error. He has dropped off the back then of Pete Newman right now and finds himself under pressure actually from Max Wright, the England driver there in the number 50 machine, into the right-hander. He will come along, and well, for the time being, there isn't going to be too much of a change at the moment here. So we will look once again to your race battle. The gap's down again to 9/10. Comparison of lap times, 26.7 meets a 26.6. So Pete Newman is still closing, but not as much as he'd like. He can see Julian Janowski. Janowski, a very quick driver in his own right. I think Julian Janowski has 2 race wins of his own to his name. So that says quite a bit as they head to the corkscrew then for the 5th time in this second race tonight. And well, for Janowski, he didn't drive a quick race at all in race 1, but he's showing he's got some pace here in race 2. And maybe that was a strategy to get himself further upfield there in race 1. Sacrifice that opening race to make sure that he got a good second race and possibly some very good points in that respect as well. So, right now, all is a calm in the racing. And well, that is a car running wide. That is Alex Everett, who has charged up the field, 14th to 5th. Whoa, we haven't talked much about him, but he is on a rampage up the field right now. And Alex Everett will surely be looking to chase. And well, as I say that, Roy Vervaeke is closing in on Stephen Baxter there. The gap, well, it was a 28.8 from Stephen Baxter. Now, what was the lap time done by Roy Vervaeke? 26.5. Hello! That's a lap time and a half there. 26.5 meets 28. That's 2.3 seconds in 1 lap. And now, Stephen Baxter now having to play that defensive game with Roy Vervaeke, the setup guy, the man who makes the setup of one fits all throughout the entirety of the field. Gap at the front now, half a second between Pete Newman and Julian Janowski. We'll focus on that one as well. And well, what has to be said is Pete Newman trying to recover after that first race disappointment that he had. And well, you have to say, can he find a way through on Janowski? Not yet. He's not quite close enough just yet. He will have to wait later on in the event. No retirees at the moment, which is always a plus when it comes to the racing here. And well, for these 16 drivers, all trying to push themselves through. We're going to look at Stephen Baxter and Roy Vervaeke. Vervaeke is all over the back as they head through Rainey here, turn number 9, and head themselves now down towards 10 and 11 here. The right-hander, of course, the track looks a little bit like a face, and that runs wide there. Goes Stephen Baxter. Vervaeke to the outside into the final corner, and can he get the slide on him? Can he squeeze him onto the curb? And the answer is yes. And for Baxter, he'll lose 1 position. But don't count out Hairflick Stevens in the situation. He will be up there trying to fight. And well, the battle at the front is back down to 4/10. Newman is really piling the pressure on. Hadfield under pressure from right. Everett is there as well. But you can see Kip Stevens actually down through on the inside at Andretti. Hairpin in towards turn number 3. I think Baxter's still got the move. Has he got it sorted? Yes, he does. Stephen Baxter then will move his car down the order. Kip Stevens goes up into 7th position again at the moment. So strong fighting up and down your field. Gap starting to develop just a little bit, but the race lead is certainly not a gap that is developing on circuit there. Down a little half of your field, Lord Murray, Stephen Hall, Jug Dankert, Rick Scott, they've all got gaps between them, and that is not ideal. And I believe Julian Janowski's just run a little bit wide there through the corkscrew. That will allow Pete Newman to close up very, very comfortably as they head through the left-hander then of Rainy Curve and heading themselves down towards 10-11 once again. We're about halfway now through your event here, and well, it's number 100 car versus the number 10 car. Independents now running themselves a brand new number system. If you are a 100 car, that means you are a privateer. Number 10 means that you are leading the championship with your team. Pete Newman, the number 1 driver, he gets the number 10 car. Gap across the line, 7/10 of a second there. Julian Janowski putting in a 27.3 in order to try and get away Adam Hadfield. They're still fighting with Max Wright just that little bit. Alex Everett is closing that gap though behind them, and that will be good news for the car of Adam Hadfield. He will make sure Alex Everett gets as good as a finish he possibly can, but this battle for 6th that it's starting to heat up there. Viveka and Stevens, they keep themselves together on circuit, and well, it's not one that you normally see, and well, these guys are very quick drivers, of course. Kip Stevens yet to have a win. I believe Roy Viveka is also yet to have a win in this series. And for Roy Viveka, I can tell you he has not won any races so far this season, but he is a very quick driver in that respect as well as they head themselves up the hill in towards turn number 6. And Viveka actually starting to pull away here from Kip Stevens, and that is not ideal. Going to focus now on your battle for 3rd place right now, because Alex Everett is really closing in on Max Wright. Wright closing in on Adam Hadfield there in 3rd position for the Cymru team right now as they head themselves down in towards turn number 10 once again here on their 8th lap, heading towards lap number 9. And this is surely going to be one thing that's very exciting into the first hairpin, the Andretti hairpin. Well, it's certainly been a great opening half to the race. It's been, again, another one that's been a little bit processional. And, well, Pete Newman's actually starting to lose touch here with Julian Janowski. Gaps about a second now. There's coming in into turn number 1, the Andretti hairpin. Well, let's get a lap time check then for these 3 drivers. Adam Hadfield did a 27.9 that time by, a 27.9 for Max Wright as well. A 27.4 though for Alex Everett. He's half a second quicker a lap. And now he's on the back of Max Wright. Wright is now under pressure. And now this is allowing the car of Adam Hadfield to start pulling away here for the Cymru team. And well, is there going to be a move down into turn number 5? Answer is there's going to be a late look. The door was left open, but no, he's not close enough. And now there's an opportunity up at the corkscrew. Turn 6 coming up. Has a little bit of a look. They're trying to psych out his opponent there. Of Max Wright there is Alex Everett into turn number 6. No, not going to happen. So, turn 7 and 8, the corkscrew coming up here. And well, down into the left they come along, down into the right they come along, and well, nothing doing at the moment, but you can see just how close Alex Everett is, as there's possibly a little look down into Rainy Curve. Is there? No, not going to happen. Right underneath the bumper though. This is fantastic. He's trying to set up the move, but I don't think Alex Everett has got it. He runs a little bit wide actually on exit there of turn number 10. Will he have a dive into turn number 11, the final corner? No, but he gets a horrible run out of it, and he'll have to sacrifice that run for another day. Roy Viveka pulling away then from Kip Hairflick Stevens, and well, looking back further down the field, there isn't really too many battles going on there as Rick Scott runs himself a little bit wide there down at the corkscrew. He will have to continue another day. Heading now in towards the final sort of third of your race, and well, it has been a bit processional as I've said before, and the gaps are starting to form once again. You look at Pete Newman here trying to claw back actually on Julian Janowski, and Janowski's just staying very consistent there. 27 flats for the pair of them. And well, actually, as you say that, Pete Newman here trying to close that gap as quickly as he can. Janowski's just driving a perfect race here at the moment. And well, you have to say for Janowski, he did get that race ban, which was not ideal for him in that respect. So unfortunately, that's just part and parcel of what happens. But you do know that Julian Janowski is a very quick driver. He has 2 wins to his name, and if he was there in the opening 3 races, he could have been challenging up Pete Newman at the moment. And well, for Pete Newman. He will retain the championship lead, or regain it if he did lose it in the first place, because Diogo Maro is back in 15th position out of 16. He came into the pit lane for reasons unknown, and well, as I say that, Max Wright's actually found a way through on Adam Hadfield and Alex Everett as well. So we'll get a replay of that one for you and see what has happened in the change for third place. And well, looking at Adam Hadfield right now as he pushes himself down into the corkscrew here, I believe he outbrakes himself and he's forced to run it up and over, and he does well to keep the car straight, but has to take that penalty, that slowed down warning penalty, and he drops from fifth, well, to fifth from third right now as the final laps are starting to come into effect right now. And well, this is not one that you need to stay away from, because you look at Alex Everett right now and he will be challenging for that podium position very shortly, because Max Wright is going to have to play the waiting game. He's going to have to play the defensive game. He's going to have to try and get the widest car in the world in this Kia Optima, and well, he's run himself a little bit wide as he heads himself up towards the corkscrew. Can he do a good enough job? Alex Everett, he's right underneath him, but he's not going to make the move there into the corkscrew. Wise decision. He's going to wait for a better opportunity here as he heads himself through Rainy Curve. We're just going to look back very quickly, and oh, that's another mistake actually for Adam Hadfield, and through will go Roy Vervaeke. Vervaeke is flying himself around the circuit right now, and well, Vervaeke will steal a position away from Adam Hadfield. Hadfield's tyres are starting to go, but we're going to focus here on the battle for third at the moment, because Alex Everett and Max Wright, they are going to be close here as they head themselves down towards turn number one here of the Andretti hairpin. Into one they go along, and then followed swiftly by two. Runs wide there, does Max Wright, and he's going to have to yield. Alex Everett will push himself up into third position, but look at the front, because the gap came down again. 6/10. Janowski running wide, and here comes Pete Newman. Newman here could have a look into turn number 5. Does he have a look? He looks to the inside, nothing there for the moment, but that is a mistake. Janowski's tyres are going. Janowski is going to be under threat from the championship leader, Mr. Pete Newman, and well, this is certainly going to be one that we're going to have to focus on towards the end. By my reckoning, we will have about either 2 or 3 laps to go, and well, you cannot take your eyes off of it for 1 second at all. No real fights going on apart from the battle for the podium as well. So we're going to stay with your race leaders. Janowski and Newman here is the independent against the car from Discovery, and well, it's a defensive line actually there from Julian Janowski into the final corner. Pete Newman's going to try and open it up as much as he can in order to get the best running. He's right underneath that bumper. That gap is going to come down once again. Pete Newman underneath the slipstream as he heads for the Andretti hairpin, and the gap is a 10th. It's just over a 10th. To the outside he'll have to go along. Janowski rides it defensive into turn number 1, and he holds off for the time being. Newman's got to work him. He's got to try and make the mistake happen. And well, by my reckoning, 17 minutes, 32 seconds as they cross the line. Well, that's 2 laps. That is 2 laps no matter how you look at it. And well, what has to be said, Alex Everett and Max Wright, they are there. But Roy Vervaeke looking to charge, because the gap, it was 1 second quicker for Vervaeke. He is 1.4 back, and he's looking to find a way on Max Wright, but Wright not close enough. We'll go back to Newman and Janowski right now, because Julian Janowski here is going to have to play defensive throughout the entirety of his lap. Into turn number 6, running a little bit wider there is Pete Newman, and he's going to try and get that run sorted. He's going to try and carry more speed. It's a defensive line there from Julian Janowski, down into the corkscrew. They come along the left, and then the right-hander, Newman trying to run a very tactical line there. He might have a look. No, he gets the wrong thing. He might just have had a slowdown warning just then, and that's what's caused the gap. So pushing too hard might have just cost Pete Newman the race win here, because there will be 1 more lap after this. Wow. Pete Newman just couldn't get that one right. That has cost him in the long haul. But Adam Hadfield here is actually under threat from Kip the Hairflick Stevens right now. Here in the number 40, down into the final corner they come along. And well, it isn't ideal here for Adam Hadfield. He was running up in a podium position, but 2 mistakes down at the corkscrew have sabotaged that one for him. a 6th place in the first race. It could be a 6th place in the second as they look to run itself down towards turn number 1. Kip Stevens to the outside. It is going to be Adam Hadfield on the inside, and well, he's going to maintain for the moment. But Hairflick Stevens might have a look here around the outside at turn number 3. It's a very brave one, and well, he's still around there, but he's not going to get that move sorted just yet. But we are going to focus here for the time being here on this battle, because Kip the Hairflick Stevens, he's going to have to do it around the outside again. Hadfield going defensive, of course. We heard in the interview he's a newcomer to this car, and he is doing a fantastic job here as he remains defensive. And well, there's the gap. There's the gap for Kip Stevens. Experience paying off in the end as he heads himself down towards turn number 6. They're going to remain side by side. Oh, fantastic battling between them here as they head up to the corkscrew. We'll just see what happens to the corkscrew before the end of the race. And well, what has to be said is Kip Stevens is through that thing. But we turn to Julian Janowski right now, because this is the white flag. This is his 3rd race win here in the BSR Kia World Series. He wins race 2 at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. It's Pete Newman in 2nd, Everett right, Viveka, and there is Kip Stevens, who will come across in P number 6 in the end. Hadfield 7th, Baxter there will finish in 8th. Peter Van Gool, oh, what could have been for him? He finishes in 9th position, exactly where he qualified. Lord Murray will finish 10th with Stephen Hall there in 11th position. There is Jörg Dankert in 12th position there. He has Rick Scott behind him in 13th. Diogo Mauro there, he is in 14th position, and well, we'll watch him now for quite a bit, because what could have been for him? And well, an incident there that we didn't quite see with Diogo Mauro, that has cost him here in this second race. He will drop himself valuable points in the championship hunt. And well, for Diogo Mauro, he's got to work over again. There's Jason Greenfield. He will come across the line in 15th, and the final car will be Cesare Rizzo. So here are your classified results then for round number 14, race 2 of the night here at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. And so it is Julian Janowski who will take the win by 1.3 seconds over Pete Newman in the Discovery car. Alex Everett in the back of the grid, 14th. He gets himself into 3rd, a 2nd and a 3rd place for him. Very solid in that respect there for the Cymru team. Max Wright will come home for England in 4th place with Roy Viveka 5th. Kip Stevens 6th. Adam Hadfield there in 7th with Stephen Baxter 8th. Peter Van Gool, Lord Murray, Stephen Hall, Jörg Dankert, Rick Scott, Diogo Mauro, Jason Greenfield and Cesare Rizzo rounding out then your top 16 and your 16 drivers. So, with all that said and done, we're going to see if we can drag a guy in, and we'll drag in for you your championship leader, and his name is Pete Newman. So, well, Pete, it has been certainly a fantastic race for you. You finished 2nd place once again, and well, for you, it's one of these races where, once again, you're trying to push in. You started 8th, you got up to 2nd within the first lap. What was your first lap like for you, by the way?
It's one of those ones. I had a flyer of a start, and then had a split-second, very risky decision to, go 3 wide on the start straight, because I had such a good start. But the guy to the left of me was Ches, my teammate. So I kind of felt a bit comfortable doing that, because I knew he'd give me a little bit more room. So yeah, that paid off and made a few more places. Went up the inside of Rick, and I don't know what happened, but I know he didn't survive the corner, and we got a 4x from it. So I hope he was all right after that. But obviously, looking at the stats, he finished 13th. But at least he was able to finish with that. I don't think I did anything particularly wrong with that. I think he possibly got loose under the brakes, and then we made contact, and then he went off. But yeah, aside from that, it was good. Had Julian ahead of us. We were pulling away, so trying to conserve the tyres and play like that. But he had really good pace. I lost him for a bit, then gained back on him, and they definitely had the tyres on him at the end there, but just made a mistake. I was too close to him going into the corkscrew, so I was a bit unsighted, so got a 1x, got a slowdown penalty, and then that was that. So yeah, good race.
Yeah, you kind of seem to be answering all the questions that I kind of want to ask you, but I'm not going to mind about that. So we'll go back to your first race. Of course, you finished way down the order in that respect. For your first race, it wasn't really ideal for you. You had a bit of an incident in race number 1 that put you down the field. You finished, I believe it was 13th or so, or you were 13th at one stage, and had to fight your way back through the field and didn't get the best of results in that respect. Your main rival is Diogo Melro. He didn't finish well today. He finished down in 14th, which is not ideal for the team, but for your Drivers' Championship, you have to be very chuffed.
Well, it's going to put him in a reverse grid. I had the luck this race, so he's going to have the luck next race, and hopefully I can have a better result than he did in this one, and come away with I'm looking to even his points because he's been really quick here this week. So that's all I want to do. But it's awesome from the team that I'm fighting with my teammate really.
Yes, of course, Pete Newman, the second place finish today in round number 14, but for the final time tonight, we are going to go away to an ads break, but when we come back, it will be the final round here tonight, round number 15 of the BSR Kia World Series, streaming live on iRacing Live by Apex Racing TV. Don't go away, we're back after these few messages.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it in at 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
For the final time tonight, we're here in California for the BSR Kia World Series. This is round number 15 here around Laguna Seca, and well, it will be a second reverse grid tonight, and it will be one which will be very interesting to look at here on Apex Racing TV, streaming live on iRacing Live here on your Saturday night. Your fun starts right here, and for all of you joining us from the 2K GT Cup that has been going on, well, welcome to this. This is the Kia World Series. This is where the best of the best try and jostle it out, not just for themselves, but for their own countries as well. And what more pride can you have than that? And well, everyone is just starting to get in that practice session again. Another 4.5 minutes to go, and well, just update you here on track temperatures. Track temperatures back down to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. That is a drop of 11 degrees, I do believe, from what was previous. And well, very similar conditions to that of the first race. Very similar sort of driving styles need to be applied. And well, when Diogo Melro was in this sort of temperature going on, he had a fantastic race. And well, he finished third last, so he will qualify on the second row of the grid, and he will be a driver who will be most certainly looking to try and pick up a race win here and take two actually here from tonight. And well, for Diogo Melro, who can blame him? Discovery had arguably their worst performance so far this season, despite Pete Newman getting a second place finish. And well, you have to say that for the Cumbre team, they've got all three members here. They can fight really hard. The problem turning up then for Euro, who are trying to fight for the championship, they've only got two members here. Bermuda only have one. I think you look at England, they've got two members. There's only one member coming up then from, I believe, hang on a minute, there aren't even any members coming up then from the team of USA. There's no one coming up from Scandinavia. And, well, it's a difficult one actually, because you look at this situation here going on for the team's championship, and you see how far up and away that the Discovery team is, and you think it's a long road home. It takes results like that to pull yourself back in. Of course, the final race, it's a free-for-all. Everyone's looking to just try and finish as high as they can. There's no tactics involved with the third race. And, well, you're always fighting. You're always looking for the quickest result you can possibly put in. And, well, for Diogo Melro, he finds himself in the best possible position for that one here tonight. And, well, it's just going to be a case of we'll see what happens. We'll see if Pete Newman can pull himself up through the field. We'll see if Alex Everett can do yet another podium finish on his part. He has two to his name, a second place and a third place. And, well, driving to talk about Adam Hadfield. He's been up in a podium position at some stage during each race so far tonight. And, well, every time he's had an instant off at the corkscrew where he's had to have a slowdown, not once, not twice, but 3 times a lady. And, well, it's a shame for him because he's dropped down to 6th and 7th place finishes respectively. But he is in a position where he can push. And, well, it's all about experience. For many drivers in this field, and for the experienced guys, it's all about finding yourself in a position where you can push the car hard. And this finds out who is the quickest driver, who is the best driver, and what have you. And, well, it'll always be a good one. It'll always be a good race. Just under 2 minutes to go until we can give you a classified qualifying grid for the final time tonight. And, well, we do apologise for not having a co-commentator with us. Conrad Venter has been stuck in traffic in order to get here, so it has been me on my own trying to do this one, and hopefully you've enjoyed what I've done so far. And for those of you who are new to me joining, I'm Jake Sparey here in the commentary box for you, and maybe, just maybe, you'll start to like me as a commentator. But hey, this is sim racing, and this is possibly, arguably, one of the best series to come and watch for up-and-coming developing talents. This will be the forefront. You'll see these guys go into the Pro Series, into the Club Series as well. And these drivers will look to try and be the best they can possibly be. And, well, you know, Peter Van Gool, a brand new driver here, who's not had the best results, but is looking to try and improve himself. And, well, if you do want to join us here in this series, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Find yourself on iRacing.com, make yourself an account. If you already have one, that will be nice and dandy. Code will come to you if you can, and that code will be a certain code known as PR-BSRTC, 3 months for the price of one. And when you do, well, you find yourself in a position where you need to go to Facebook. You need to join the group known as BSR Kia World Series, and then you need to pay your fee. It's £2 a race or £12 overall. But right now, this is what is going to go on, because your qualifying, well, your practice session is over in approximately 0 seconds. So this will be the final race of the night. The checkered flag is out for practice, and here will be your qualifying grid for the final time tonight. Just 16 drivers here today, and well, this is how everything will look for you. Cesare Rizzo actually will put himself on pole position. Jason Greenfield will be up alongside Diego Melro there, second in the championship. He will put his car third on the grid with Rick Scott joining him alongside. Jurg Dankert and Stephen Hall, they will lock out row 3. Dawn Murray and Peter Van Gool, the newcomer there, he will be 7th and 8th. Stephen Baxter there in 9th with Adam Hadfield there 10th. Kip Stevens, Roy Viveka there, a very experienced row 6. Max Wright, Alex Everett there, Pete Newman and Julian Janowski will round out your 16 drivers here for the final race tonight. Remember, last time we had a final race, we had Mr. Andrew Woodhouse joining us here on track, and well, he tried his best and he didn't finish the race at the end. But what has to be said is this is going to be an insanely quick final lap, final race even. All cars are up on the grid, lights are on, green flag. Here we go, underway, final race of the night, and well, it's a poor start there for Jason Greenfield. Great start for Cesare Rizzo. Melro, it's a discovery 1-2 as they head themselves down towards the Andretti hairpin. And don't forget there, oh, a bit of a squeeze there going on. Dankert moving himself up. And well, it was one of the Cumray teams, and the Cumray cars getting there. And there's actually contact at the front there for, I believe, Diego Melro there, running himself down through into the gravel there early on. And oh, Cesare Rizzo getting it wrong. Jason Greenfield getting it wrong, but they keep going. Contact there behind. And that's one of the Cumray cars. And I believe that is Adam Hadfield there, who turns himself around in turn number 3. Not ideal at all, but already it seems that we've had a few dramas to name. And well, these cars are all going to find themselves very nicely through turn number 5. Already, Alex Everett is up in your field. He's up to 4th, and there's a slowdown penalty actually there for Cesare Rizzo. He'll lose 2nd position as well, as they both run wide there, both he and Greenfield. And now it's going to be 3 wide down the front straightaway. They'll soon turn 2 wide. Jurg Dankert fighting with Alex Everett. Can't catch your breath. Everett will go up into a podium from 14th position. First lap, car off though, down in the corkscrew, and that is the car of Lorne Murray there. Not ideal for him. He will drop himself way down the order, and well, that's battling up and down your field, and that's Jurg Dankert going slow as well. They can't catch a breath. Pete Newman running up. It's been a hectic opening lap instance here, there and everywhere, and hopefully you've caught all of that. But this does mean Diego Melro is out and away once again. Alex Everett in 2nd once again. 2 seconds your gap right now. Jason Greenfield remains in 3rd. It's Hall in 4th. Cesare Rizzo 5th. Stephen 6th. Pete Newman up to 7th. Great job from him. Fantastic battling up and down your field. And well, certainly ones to look out for all the way through your field. As Kip Stevens looking to go to the inside. Will he get the move on Cesare Rizzo? Answer to that one is going to be contact between the two. They rub doors. Bit friendly gesture there into turn number 4. He gets it sorted. Through goes Newman though on his teammate. Very comfortable move in that respect. Well, you do apologise. I do have to take a drink sometime here. I can't talk for 20 minutes flat out. Otherwise, I will literally fall off the face of the earth there. Stephen Hall there looking for a move on Jason Greenfield. The battle for 3rd. Here, Cumray go through on the inside. And now you can see just how slow he was. And they're going to go 3-1. They're going to go and eclipse him. Jason Greenfield will drop many positions down the field. Stevens through there as, well, it looks like Pete Newman trying to have a look on Herfick himself. Janowski side by side behind as well with Max Wright. There, the Englishman, Roy Vervaeke getting involved there. Baxter loses out, does he? Yes, he does. Stephen Baxter losing positions. Janowski still side by side as they head through the right-hander. He runs himself a little bit wide. And now Greenfield in the middle. 3 wide into the right-hander. No, there's contact between the two. And Wright, he holds on to it. What a save there in that respect. But look at this. They're fighting so hard at the back. And there's contact again. And they're all going off in 6s and 7s. Max Wright again involved. Then there you can see everyone going down at the back of the field. This is fantastic battling, but it's a little bit too rough and tumble for my liking. But Well, if you don't go for a gap, you're not a racer. And well, a very good battle heading up now in the battle for the podium positions, because Stephen Hall is being caught by Hairflick Stevens and Pete Newman, the championship leader right now for Discovery. And well, this is one that you'll have to see to believe. They are all looking to try and push themselves to be the best they can possibly be. Stevens is all over the back of Stephen Hall. He'll move to the inside then as he heads for the left-hander, and think that only 3 minutes have gone, only 2 laps have gone in this race. And well, you can see Kip Stevens, he'll have to remain side by side for turn number 6. This is going to be a dangerous one here, and will he give the room? Answer that one is yes, but no, there's contact between the two, and he's going to lose out on the position. Great hold though from Kip Stevens to keep the car on the island, but it does allow Pete Newman to come through, and Stephen Hall's ever wider tank is going to have to try and hold off the fast charging Discovery car. And well, the gap at the front, it's going to remain at around 2 seconds right now, but for Pete Newman, he is looking for an opportunity to find himself there. Lord Murray is in the wall though, down at the corkscrew. He has lost the car. He will try and keep that one going. That's not ideal, but Adam Hadfield will get a slowdown as well at that stage as well. So he won't lose that position, but that will mean a juicy fight in that respect. Looking at this fight now, Dankert and Greenfield. Greenfield has fallen like a stone in the first few laps. He is back down in 10th, or was back down in 10th, but now he is still 10th actually by the timing and scoring there, fighting with Dankert there for the final position of your top 10. And well, certainly interesting as well. It seems that Baxter's lost ground on Roy Vervaeke, but Pete Newman and Stephen Hall, the battle for third position. Of course, race 1, Stephen Hall getting himself a penalty, which means he had to start from the back of the grid. Race 2 was a little bit better for him, but now this is his opportunity here, and Pete Newman as well. He's looking to try and salvage as many points as he can on his championship rival and teammate Diogo Melro there in a number 11 machine. But right now, into turn number 6 and running wide, there goes Stephen Hall, and it's a free pass. It's a gift card. It is a hall pass there for Pete Newman down into the corkscrew. He makes that one look very, very comfortable, and well, that looks like that will be that for the moment. He will have to try and chase down the car of Alex Everett, but he is 6 seconds down the road. I doubt he can chase that down in the 15 minutes he has left. But for now, Kip Stevens is all over the back then, and he will move to the inside of Stephen Hall down into the final corner, and he makes that one look very comfortable. And there, running wide behind is Cesare Rizzo. He's under threat from Julian Janowski there. Both of them out braking themselves, and this will allow Vervaeke into the action there. They're going to go 2 wide. Side by side, are they into turn number 1? No, he's going to back out of that one. Very wise. Janowski looking for a way through on Cesare Rizzo. Rizzo with a very defensive line into turn number 1. It's not going to happen like that, but a recap then of how your field looks. It's Melro from Everett, Newman, Stevens, Hall, Rizzo, Janowski, Vervaeke, Baxter, Dankert, your top 10. As Cesare Rizzo is trying to fight again with not Roy Vervaeke there, Julian Janowski. Janowski is through. Roy Vervaeke just behind there, slip of the tongue, but into turn number 5. Can he get it sorted? No. Oh, a little bit of a love tap there from Cesare Rizzo, but Rizzo is going to have to stay in line. He's going to have to wait, because through is Julian Janowski, the winner of the last race. He gets that caught horribly wrong. This is Cesare Rizzo, and Baxter's coming up to the 4 as well. They could go 3 wide. No, he has to go out of it there to Stephen Baxter, but Cesare Rizzo slowing down for that penalty. Through goes Vervaeke, through goes Baxter, up into further positions there, up into 7th now goes Roy Vervaeke trying to chase down Janowski, and well, actually, Stephen Hall is back ahead of Kip Stevens. Stevens there having a bit of a mistake somewhere along the lap there, because he has dropped positions, and we'll get a replay of that one to see exactly what happened with Kip Stevens in that respect. And well, I can tell you exactly what happened. Heads himself down through into the corkscrew, and oh, he might have just got himself a slowdown. That might have been a possibility, but heading himself through, he uses his slowdown there, down after Rainey, and well, he will have to put himself back into position again, because he has lost a lot of time to Stephen Hall. There is Pete Newman in 3rd. Gap between the leaders, it is about 2 seconds. They're running very similar lap times, 26 ones and 26 flats between them. And well, it's going to be one of those waiting games, as the field seemingly has opened out, as it were. It's not ideal. Peter Van Gool is 1 lap down. Adam Hadfield and Lord Murray are also together down at the back of the field. Diogo Melro there, he is running himself through the perfect race once again. He could take 2 race wins here at Laguna Seca and cement himself in a charge, and it could be an all-discovery lockout. No, actually, I find myself corrected there because Julian Janowski won. I was going to say an all-discovery lockout of the wins, but no, it was only a 2nd place for Pete Newman, but it could be 2 discovery cars on the podium. You never know. Anything can happen in a series like this. As we head up towards halfway, the gaps have started to just spread out a little bit, and we can run you now just for a little bit here on the car of Cesare Rizzo. Well, there you see Cesare Rizzo running himself now into turn number 3 on circuit there. And well, for Cesare Rizzo, he's going to have to be a driver who is out on his own. Of course, Max Wright is about 4 seconds back down the road, and ahead of him, 3 seconds away, is Stephen Baxter, the English driver. And well, for Stephen Baxter, it's going to be one of those races where he's going to have to just sit and wait. And well, for Roy Vervaeke up ahead of him in the 30 machine for the Euro team, he will have to try and close down on Julian Janowski, the privateer, in order to score some very valuable points there as they head themselves down into the corkscrew here on their 7th revolution of the circuit. Halfway has just come along, and well, has to be said that it's been the Diogo Melro show. He broke away on lap 1. It's Vettel-esque, it's looking like the flag. He's got a 2-second lead, and barring any mistakes, he will push himself up ahead, and well, there's seemingly not too much that anyone can do. Everyone's kind of in their own little bubble. Everyone's in their own little gap. So we'll go back to a battle that is happening on circuit. And it's the battle between Adam Hadfield and Lorne Murray down at the very back of your field. 14th and 15th position at the moment. Those two, the gap's starting to form away from those two. And they are looking like they are about to come up to be lapped by your race leader, Diogo Melro. Gap for the leaders is 1.9 seconds at the moment once again, and well, you have to say it's going to be one of those races here where you look at it and you think, oh, I can't catch anyone, but I've just got to keep consistent, keep that time trial going. And for Julian Janowski here in the 100 machine, the privateer, he needs to try and stay with Kip Stevens right now. Let's do a comparison then between Kip Stevens, Julian Janowski and Roy Vervaeke that time by. And well, for Kip Stevens, I can't quite get a lap time for him, but for Julian Janowski, he does a 26.6. For Roy Vervaeke, he does a 1:26.3. He was 3/10 quicker that time by. And well, that is always very good for him. And well, for Roy Vervaeke, he's trying to push ahead and get a 6th place if he possibly can. In through Rainy Curve they come along, and well, you can see that gap looks like that is substantially closer then for Julian Janowski here, chasing down Kip the Hairflick Stevens now here in the battle for 5th place on circuit. Into the left-hander of the final corner. He's right underneath that bumper. Great braking there, late braking, last of the late breakers like Jean Alesi there, Julian Janowski. He'll be right underneath that slipstream, trying to push himself closer and closer, and he's trying to muscle his way to the inside, and he'll get the inside into turn number 1, and will he get the brakes sorted? Well, Stevens trying to run it around the outside. Kip Stevens in the Bermuda car, can't quite do it, but he still has the inside line here for turn number 3, and oh, they get close, they touch, they do touch, and well, they both keep the cars going. But this allows Roy Vervaeke to say, thank you very much, Mr. Janowski, I'll take that one. And it puts him back into contention now in this battle. So, all change. It seems that Julian Janowski drops 2 positions, and it's +1 for Roy Vervaeke and Kip Stevens at the moment. But it just seems at the moment that the gap at the front is actually starting to close here, because it was a poor lap from Melro this time by. The gap down to 1.5 seconds. It's possible, you know. Alex Everett could close that gap down. It was 2 seconds at the start of at the end of the opening lap. It is now coming down. There is lap traffic to deal with as well. So for Alex Everett, he's got to try everything. Let's just get a retrospect of the lap times when they come across the line there, as I struggle to get my words out just a little bit. Alex Everett does a 26.3, a 26.5 from Melro. That gap's 1.2 seconds. That gap's coming down, and that gap could be something at the end of this race. We have about 7 minutes left to go here in this motor race, and well, this one's been a little bit more quiet than the other two, and the other two were quiet to begin with, but the main battle here is down in the battle for a position known as 5th, because Roy Vervaeke has gone through on Kip Stevens, and we will get a replay for you of just how that one managed to materialize. And well, I can tell you exactly where it happened. It happened at one corner known as Rainy. So heading themselves up now through the corkscrew into the left and then the right-hander. Well, it seemed that he got the corner fine here, did Kip Stevens, but he was just so slow. He just outbraked himself into the corkscrew, compromised his run there down into Rainy, and that means that he could not get the move sorted. But now, watch out for Julian Janowski right now as they head themselves into the left-hander of turn number 6. Up the hill once again, Roy Vervaeke taking as much dirt onto that tyre as he possibly can, maximising his run. Kip Stevens might have a look here down into the corkscrew. Answer to that one is no. He will have to wait another time by. And Janowski here, oh, he got a fantastic run there, and he might look to the inside here on Kip Stevens. No holds barred, gives him no room, shoves him on the outside, says that's mine, and up into 6th he goes. But it's not over and done with yet, because he's still trying to make the move, so he'll have to take the defensive line down into the final corner. Kip Stevens still fighting incredibly hard, gap at the front, 1 second, 6 minutes to go. It's plausible, it's very plausible for Alex Everett, especially with the slipstream effect that will come into play right now. And well, 2 things to deal with there. Back marker moving out of the way, that is Lorne Murray there in the number 70 machine. And well, here looking at Diogo Melro, that gap looks like it has just opened out again through the traffic. That is not ideal for Alex Everett. He has got to push. He's got to go and find hammer time. If he was Lewis Hamilton, he has got to find the money shot. And well, Kip Stevens in all of that, he has lost out to Julian Janowski. Quick replay then of how that one came about. And well, I'll tell you exactly how that came about. That came about down into, I believe, the final corner. Actually, I find myself correct because Kip Stevens at the back of the field. Don't bother with a replay there. Samuli there. I have been a bit of an idiot. So Kip Stevens now still trying to find a way through on Julian Janowski. Of course, we saw it on camera as well. That just shows how tired I am. And well, there are fights back down the field. We are going to go back and see if we can find one. And a certain one we need to find is Cesare Rizzo versus Max Wright at the moment. Wright's gone and got himself through this time by here. And well, can he hold on into the corkscrew? Answer to that one will surely be a yes there. Cesare Rizzo trying to get as close as he possibly can to the back bumper there of Max Wright. Of course, Cesare Rizzo was the pole sitter here for this opening race. And well, it just shows how much he's dropped back down the field. Half a minute down on his own teammate. Gap at the front 1.1, but we're going to go back up then to Kip Stevens, Julian Janowski and Roy Vervaeke here in the battle for 5th place here at the moment. It's been a quiet race for Stephen Hall, it's been a quiet race for Pete Newman, but Kip Stevens all the way trying to find himself a little bit of a move here on Julian Janowski. Not quite close enough at the moment. The slipstream train surely up in action. Oh wow, well this has been a fantastic final race here, and Kip Stevens still looking, still trying to push himself, try and find that one-way ticket to 6th place at the moment. This is 5th, 6th and 7th on circuit right now, and well, lap times have been very identical between the 3 of them. 26.5, 26.3, 26.3 says quite a bit about it, but we are going to focus now with, I believe, 2 to go. When they cross the line, we will focus on the cars of Alex Everett and Diogo Melro, because they are close, they are within a second, but it might just be one where Alex Everett's going to have to say again, Diogo, you're the faster guy, I'm going to have to let you in. Gap across the line 1.2 seconds, he is starting to lose time, so we will cut ourselves right back as Peter van Gool finds himself down on pit road. He is out of your motor race right now, and so actually is Jason Greenfield in pit lane. That is a shame for them, so those will get a non-finish score by the end of that one. So we're just going to go find a battle for you, and that battle is Vervaeke and Janowski and Kip Stevens. Janowski is looking to try and close down on Mr. Euro himself, Roy Vervaeke here, as they head themselves down through turn number 3 and now heading towards turn number 4. There will be one more lap to go after this one, no questions or doubts about that, as Lorne Murray drags himself off in the dirt there on the left-hand side, and I believe that could be a race over crash, and yes, it is for him. Not ideal then for the Scottish driver there. Can't quite remember the teams yet still, but Kip Stevens now still trying to find a way through on Janowski. Janowski on Viveka, and the gap's starting to open up once again between these two. That's not ideal in terms of battling, but these are the closest cars we have in terms of fighting up and down your field right now. And well, for Janowski, it's been a mixed bag of sorts. Of course, he tried to protest his incident down at Charlotte. He was unsuccessful in that one, and he was given a back of the grid penalty in that respect. And well, he's done well to win the second race of the night. And well, look at this, he's really all over the back of Roy Viveka right now. Kip Stevens has dropped time. He is now off the back of Julian Janowski. It's now purely a two-horse fight between them. This is your final lap of the motor race. This is your final lap of the night. This is the white flag lap here. And well, it has been one to surely remember. And well, for Janowski, he's got one more opportunity really down into the corkscrew to make this move sorted here on Roy Viveka. We're going to continue with this one up until just after the corkscrew. And well, for Roy Viveka, this is what he's got to do. Turn 4 there, the right-hander leads yourself onto this fantastic run. Gap between them about half a second, 6/10 right now as they head themselves down into the left-hander then of turn number 5. Eats you in, spits you out, as most corners do here around Laguna Seca. Off camber turn number 6 is next. It's so difficult. It tries to throw you off into that barrier. And what you can see running that a little bit wide there is Roy Viveka, and that will allow Julian Janowski to close the gap. But we head further up the field to Diogo Melro, who will take 2 race wins tonight. One more corner to go. Diogo Melro stamped his name of authority on Pete Newman because he makes it 2 race wins. He makes it his 4th this season. And well, Alex Everett gets 3 podium finishes. It will be Pete Newman who comes across the line in I believe 3rd position. Yes, he does. And there is Stephen Hall behind him, who will finish 4th. It's Viveka in 5th. And actually, Julian Janowski's lost on the final lap because Kip Stevens will take 6th away from him. And a last lap mistake, we will get a replay of that one for you right now. And well, for Julian Janowski, where did that one go wrong? Well, he went wide into the corkscrew, and he got that one horribly wrong in that respect. And well, that was not ideal by his standards at all. And well, not been ideal. There comes Jörg Danker and Rick Scott coming across the line. Everyone on the leading lap has finished, so we can give you a classified final results here tonight for round number 15 here at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. Diogo Melro will come across the line with a 1.4 second win over Alex Everett. Once again, a repeat of round number 1 tonight, and it's 3 podiums for Alex Everett in the Kumare team. Pete Newman, second of the Discovery cars, he keeps his championship lead, hopefully with a 3rd place finish there. Stephen Hall, the second of the Kumare cars, he'll finish 4th, with Roy Viveka 5th. Kip Stevens edging out Julian Janowski after a last lap mistake there in 7th. Stephen Baxter and Max Wright, the English cars, are 8th and 9th, with Cesare Rizzo there rounding out your top 10. Jörg Danker there in 11th, Rick Scott 12th. Adam Hadfield there in 13th, 1 lap down, 3 laps down and not finished. Lord Murray, Jason Greenfield and Peter Van Gool. So, we're just going to grab a quick driver interview with your race organizer actually, and driver who finished 10th place today, and his name is a Mr. Cesare Rizzo. So Cesare, you qualified on pole position. You didn't have the best race 2 in the world. You finished last in that one, so that's why you got yourself pole position here. But lap 1 was incredibly hectic, and you couldn't look left or right without seeing a car either A, off the track, or B, trying to go down the inside of someone else.
Yeah, that last race was crazy, absolutely crazy. I mean, it was starting up at the front, managed to get a jump out in front, and then I had Diogo behind me. And obviously I know he's a lot quicker than me, obviously winning the first race as well. And I thought, you know, if he manages to get out in front of me, it's going to be a great result for him, stands in good stead to win the race. And I thought, well, I've got to let him by. He's my teammate, so I tried to let him by safely, but in the process, the long train of cars ended up coming through as well. So yeah, bit of a downfall, but no, it was good fun.
Oh yes, definitely. And you also, as a race organizer for this series, of course, I can't quite exactly remember where we're going next week, so do tell the audience where we'll be heading next week here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live.
Well, next week is going to be a really good one. We're at Silverstone National, which in other series has always produced fantastic racing. It's a lovely short course with not too many slow corners, so it's fast, frantic, and to be honest, it's probably one of the true road courses that runs a little bit like an oval without banking or anything like that, but it runs really, really well. And I know all the guys in the series are really looking forward to it.
Ah, yes, of course, and of course you are basically the man in charge of also Discovery, despite being the third fastest driver in your team at the moment. Just how proud of you, or how proud are you as a driver, knowing that your two teammates are 1 and 2 in the championship?
I'm more than confident. I mean, at the end of the day, having people like Diogo and Pete in my team with me, it just gives me the ability to just relax, the pressure's off. And you know, I've got to give a shout out to them because what they've done so far is nothing short of outstanding. They're fantastic teammates. They work really well together. And I just wish I could put a few more points on the board. But as long as I keep finishing races like I have tonight and keep that points ticking over, I think we'll be fine.
Yes, of course, Cesare Rizzo there finishing down in 10th position there tonight for Team Discovery. But this seems to be the end of our broadcast tonight. Thank you very much for joining us for all 3 races, 2 races, or even the 1 race, or even the 5 minutes that you decide to click and watch us. But over the next week here on Apex Racing TV, quite a few things to get your mouth into, because don't forget Grand Prix cars, of course, the Formula 1 series that's hosted here. That will be on, as well as many other series, like the BSR Pro Series, the BSR Club Series. Of course, you've got to look at also the Skip Barber GT, 2K GT. Skip Barber? No, it's the GT 2K World Cup, even there on Apex Racing TV. But, well, I've been Jake Sparey, Samuli Kumo there behind the cameras there, helping me out all of the way. And, well, it's seemingly looking more and more like a 2-horse race, and it's going to be a bit of infighting in Discovery to work out who's going to be the winner at the moment. Good night.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.